Wow, you ladies are so beautiful.
You too. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi, Maria. Good to see you again.
Yay. We are meeting every day with Ali.
I know.
Second time celebrating the Women's Day. That's cool.
We should celebrate it every day anyway.
Why not? Are we ready to start or shall we wait a little bit?
You can start.
Maybe we could start from an introduction and then, so hopefully some people are still joining.
Right.
Could someone set me up to translate, please?
Yes, I'm on it.
Let's set up the
wait.
translator.
Girls. Well, you still can hear me. Hello, beautiful girls.
Hello.
Hi.
Why I don't see anyone? I see Gina, I think. No, or is it a photo? Looks exactly like video. Do not start. Okay. I have a very strange sun.
It looks good.
What's the weather in Arizona?
It's perfect right now. Not too cold, not too hot.
Uh-huh.
So we are getting ready for spring.
Nice. It's actually really warm today in Vienna, but windy.
Okay.
Ale, we are matching today light pink.
Yeah. We think alike.
Well, Arina, you're also good. You're white, so not
Thank
like
you.
completely. It's all good.
Try to choose something other than black.
Hello everyone. Всем привет. We will start in a couple of minutes. Через пару минут начнем. Ждем, пока все соберутся. How many languages? Chinese, Russian, Spanish, Korean. We have a Korean language? Seriously?
I think that will be Romanian sometimes.
So the new language group. And Ukrainian. Wow. And Ukrainian language separately?
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Very cool.
Romanian.
I am in Korea, says Ninin Nguyen.
Yes, the
Ah,
Korean
Korean.
channel. The Korean channel actually is the Vietnamese channel. But Zoom is not giving me
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, but the Korean is
One,
the
Vietnamese and
channel.
Korean are two different things, and it's
I
not
understand. No, I understand.
Romanian.
We did the Romanian.
Thank you so much to the Vietnamese translators and the Romanian translators that jumped last minute to help us to bring
Cool.
this webinar to more people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming and being so patient with us. We're sorry from the Mixed Nut side for the technical issues.
Well, let's start with celebrations. We can. Come on. Okay, please, everyone, send some flowers or hearts in the chat to all the ladies on this planet and maybe beyond this planet. Why not? Because yesterday actually was International Women's Day. I don't know, is it a big holiday in the US, Ale, or Mexico, or where? I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So it is international, truly.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. All ladies, majority are ladies here, I can see. So we congratulate you. And I really love this holiday because I think it's, for me, it's a celebration of like female qualities. And yeah, can we already start a conversation or we are still waiting for some? Yeah,
You're
good, because
ready.
then my question is exactly I'm going to be today's a moderator. My name is Maria Myrtle. I'm originally from Russia and I live in Austria now, not Australia, no kangaroo, Austria, Vienna. And today we have two beautiful ladies. You understand now why we invited ladies today. Arina Finelt, who is originally from Russia also, but she lives in Phoenix, Arizona. And Alejandra Yasso, where are you actually now and where are you from originally?
I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, you both live in Phoenix. Oh my God, that's cool. So, and maybe today we are going to talk about women who are on the spiritual path and maybe
Sorry,
women teachers.
excuse me.
Yes.
So can you help to set the translator? She's raising her hands, INTC MPG persistently.
Mhm.
Yeah, because now there's no sound from, in
Thank you.
Chinese channel. Thank you.
Yes, Juan, are you making it happen?
Yes, Luca is set as the Chinese interpreter.
Yes, she's the
I'm
lead.
sorry,
Pick up
Chod.
with
I
this.
am the main translator tonight, today morning,
Okay.
I mean.
PG
Exactly.
Perishly?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
PG, yeah, INT PG person.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll change that.
It's so beautiful. We have so many different translators and different people from all over the world. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you are from so many different planets, I wanted to say, different countries, maybe planets also. Who knows who is here? Can you please type plus if you celebrate International Women's Day in your country? I'm just curious. Is there a Russian translation? There is a question. I hope.
Yes. Russian, Ukrainian.
Okay.
We have Spanish, Ukrainian, Chinese,
And by the way,
Vietnamese,
if you don't
Romanian.
celebrate this holiday, then type minus and your country. I'm really curious if there's any country who is not celebrating women.
So we can send a request to the government.
Yes. No, so far everyone. Wow, that's cool. Very cool. We are ready with translators. Very good. Dear Ali, dear Arina, let's start with this question I have for you. What do you think, which female qualities can help on the spiritual path? Like we all hear people who want to develop personally and develop spiritually. There for sure must be some female qualities that can help on this path. What do you think?
I will say patient is the first one.
And I think you develop it when you get a baby, right? That's the best.
First, when you get a husband, and then when you get a baby. I don't know, but yeah. What
That's
do you
true.
think, Arina?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have babies, but that's definitely one of the qualities that I'm working on for sure. Yeah, and I think another thing is like, especially because of this holiday, which originally was women fighting for women's rights, right? So women were not able to vote, not able to speak up or like make decisions. And some time ago, people used to say that women are just not smart enough, and that's just, it's in their biology, DNA. And I think that itself helped create this, it's like almost like its own spiritual path where you're forced to work on your pride, because if you're always being put down and if you're not able to speak up, then you then, like, for centuries, you have to live with that, and you have to work on not being prideful, because you just can't. And I think that's very beautiful, and I was just meditating about it today. It opens up like many different opportunities on how you can change the way you interact with people, and how you just like work on your own pride and your like selflessness almost. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
It's so true, because even if you look into the lineage of our teachers, right, like Geshe Michael and then his teacher and then all the other teachers, for the last like 2,500 years, not that many women there. Like, do you even know any? By the way, dear listeners, please don't be listeners. Please chat any comments or questions in the chat. We are here all together to discuss and to help each other. Actually, we're not just chatting, right? We want to help each other. So, do you know female teachers? Like, can we say Buddhist teachers, or it's not allowed here?
Okay.
Yeah, teachers' mothers. That's cool. It's true. All male.
Lady Niguma.
Lady Niguma. It's true. That's a famous one. Yeah. Why, Arina and Ali? Why do you think there are not so many? Like, maybe ladies are not meant to get to reach enlightenment. What do you think? Maybe it's harder, or I don't know.
I think it's because we know that teachers appear in different forms when the times are correct, and maybe 1,000 years ago, the correct appearance needs to be male in order to help everybody. But as we know, every famous or successful man has a woman on the back supporting, and all those teachers had a mother that could guide them to the spiritual path, and also into the knowledge that they need to cultivate and have in their lives to become a teacher. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Arina?
I agree with you, Ali.
No, actually, it's like we are actually quietly ruling the world. The men that think that they're doing the same, but if it's true that behind every man there is a wise woman, maybe. Okay, so I actually wanted to talk to you today about one special woman who was a teacher who is part of our lineage, and she's an amazing teacher. Her name is Machik Labdrun. And to be honest, I kind of heard her name, but I didn't really know, like, we don't have much teachings from Machik Labdrun. And only while we were preparing for this reading club, like about 1 week ago, I got the recordings of teachings that she was teaching. So before that, I didn't even know what was she teaching. And I'm studying for like 10 years. I kind of had a lot of teachings. It's interesting. Did you know about this special woman teacher in our lineage? And did you know her practice before? And why do you think it's kind of like not very popular? It's called, by the way, Chod practice.
I didn't know, actually. I was surprised when I received the text, and I was very glad that I received it, because yeah, it's something new to learn.
Did you listen to the recordings?
Yes, I did.
Cool. Arina, how about you?
Yeah, same about me. Never heard about it, but was glad to discover it for sure.
Cool. So, do you actually think that women can be as good teachers as men? What do you
Of
think?
course.
Or maybe better, I don't know.
Maybe better. Yeah. What do you think, Maria?
Me? I really think there should be different teachers. man, female, and male, because they're different people with different needs. And if you look at our audience, even of today's class, I'm sure there are more women than men. It's interesting that right now more women are more interested in wisdom. And I don't know why. And I see, for example, in my world, more and more female teachers of this wisdom appear. I don't know. I think there is like a female era is coming. I think there will be more and more female teachers because they have special qualities of being more like gentle, soft, kind, compassionate. I think those are more like female qualities that maybe world needs right now. I don't know. What do you think, Arina?
Yeah, I agree. And I also think that women can definitely be strong and powerful and wrathful if needed. And and I do think that maybe there are like not that many women teachers is definitely because, well, I don't have the seeds to see that, or I mean, now I do, but like in the beginning, definitely, like I saw the lineage as a very like masculine, you know, men mostly. But the deeper you go and the more you study, I think then you just discover these teachers that you've never, like you didn't see in the beginning. And maybe it's true because people are more attracted to like in the beginning, or like they trust men more, I guess. It's just more like authoritative. I don't know. But maybe if you go deeper, and if maybe that's the way it was in like the ancient time as well, you discover different teachers, and maybe if you're ready to hear what they have to say, maybe you hear secret teachings from them. And maybe that's why it was only like appeared to be that only men are teaching and men are allowed. But if you go deeper, maybe you get different teachings, and those are secret, and that's why nobody talks about it. Just an idea.
It's true. It's true. I mean, yeah, in our lineage there is also secret teachings, and there you meet a lot of female teachers.
If I can add, I think why we are seeing all this empowerment to the woman is because in the previous years and generations, what women did, like actually support, teach, guide, care, serve to everybody, right? In their own families or in their work, but that's what they did. So as a result, because we understand how karma works, and if we believe that we are here, we have been here for many times, that's why we are seeing this empowerment in this era, because we have the seeds, we have the karma, we have served, we have teach in the past, and now as the audience is more woman, is because we have, when you are a mother or a wife or a single person or just a woman, you know that you will have the responsibility to teach, because that's the role of the woman, regardless the lineage or your career. We are leaders, we are teachers. So I believe that that's why women are always caring and always searching for wisdom, because it's in our nature to be a leaders, to transform the world through service and through kindness. Yeah, that's what I think.
So true. Women don't need to be on stage, they teach anyway all the time. It's so true. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this practice of Chod. And it's interesting because it's CHOD, but I think that you pronounce it Cho. You don't say the Cho. And I want to ask you, so I listened to those recordings, but I have a question. My understanding is that I don't know if for me it was not super clear. Maybe I don't have enough seats. My understanding is that there are two main ideas of this practice. One is personal responsibility, Laksam Namdak, for those who know. And the second one is the idea of emptiness of myself. Did you understand also like that, or was it something else?
I did.
Yeah, me too.
I did
So,
understand it.
correct, right?
Yes.
So cool, let's talk about it. It's very two amazing ideas, and the woman taught them also, interestingly enough. So first of all, the idea of Laksam Namdak. By the way, do you know what is Laksam Namdak? Please give me plus if you know what is this. Minus if you don't know, then we will explain. It's called personal responsibility. And I want to ask, okay, great. Some people don't know. So dear Arina and Ali, can you please explain your own understanding? What is this? And how do you use it in your daily life? I mean, it's maybe nice, a great idea, but like how to apply it in our life?
Ali, you want to go first? I think Ali has lots of experience with that.
No, you go first, Arina.
Uh,
Buddhist fight. You go first.
well, it is personal responsibility. And I think it has to do with the suffering that we see in our world. And first you see the suffering of yourself. You see that, you try to do something and things don't work out, or relationship don't work out, business doesn't work out. Or sometimes, we have health issues and you face the suffering and you start, actually seeing how it's almost like impossible to always be happy, which it is. And then you start thinking about, well, if I suffer, then probably other people suffer too. And then you see suffering in the world around you. And then when you find teachings like this, you see that you can shift it, you can change it. If everything comes from you, then you can change those seeds and you can help those people. And that's to me, this is how I understand it. This is the responsibility you take on yourself, because you just cannot stand the suffering you see in the world around you. And you say, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to eliminate that suffering.
Cool. What's your own entry point? What's your suffering that kind of gives you that understanding? I mean, each one of us has their own trauma.
Yeah. It's many things, but even now, like, I'm trying to build my business and things are not easy. And I'm an immigrant, and like all these things, like where you're trying things and they don't work, and you try something else and it doesn't work, and it's hard, and people that are like not that friendly apparently sometimes. And it's like, and also, like, of course, to me, it's like health issues is something that triggers my compassion a lot, not in myself, because so far I'm been pretty young, but in my family, when you see like that nothing else matter, like the business stuff, the relationship stuff, it doesn't matter, because like if you don't have health, you like can't do anything. And that was like triggers my compassion, my something like that. And I'm like, yes, I want to do something about it. I need to meditate. I need to do my practice. So that's what it is for me. What do you think, Ali?
Cool. Thank you for sharing.
For me, taking personal responsibility from a woman point of view, again, is natural for us, I guess, because if you see your world around, many young kids, girls, take care of their youngest brothers or sisters. Like they feed them, they care for them when their parents are working. So that's something that we see every day. You can see it in social media sometimes when a baby's crying in the crib and the parents have a video camera and the other brother go and try to give them support. So since we are young, we take personal responsibility in our own capacity. And with this wisdom, with this, what we are learning is how we can grow, how we can take more responsibilities, and how we can help others in a bigger scope. And for me, now as I am a mother, it's like every single thought, every single action is to take personal responsibility for another human being, right? Because you need to keep him alive and
Yep.
well educated. So it's something natural that human beings, we have to take personal responsibility in different capacity. But sometimes we forget, sometimes we don't see it that way. We think that take personal responsibility, save the world, but take personal responsibility is in every action in your day, in your life. But yeah, and my entry point, I came from a broken family, basically. But one thing that I remember very well, my mom shared with me that I think when I was 2 or 3 years old, I was just a mad baby. I was upset all the time. And she confessed to me that when I was 2 or 3, she grabbed me and said, like, I don't know what to do with you. It's like, you are sad, you are angry all the time. And I was, literally, I was angry all the time. Like, I woke up and I was angry. And yeah, it was very
You don't
weird.
look like you can be. I never saw you angry. It's so weird that you had this experience.
That's how seeds work, right? That you can change. But so for me, it was like, I don't want to be angry all the time. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy life. So that's where my spiritual path I start to dig more and find practices and teachers that could help me to change that reality, to be just a mad person. Yep.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
What about you, Maria? We want to know.
I'm a moderator.
Come on.
No, but I have really important question, like my personal maybe question, which I'm thinking about. And I mean, it's kind of hard. I understand the idea of Laksam Namdak is beautiful one. And yes, I do agree we have it to some degree, but like, I can see how I feel personal responsibility for like my husband, my mom, my sister, people who are close to me, some my students. But I personally do have some periods when I feel like weak and hopeless. And I'm like, I cannot even like, I don't know, pay for something I need. How I'm going to take care of the whole world? I don't feel like I'm capable of saving the whole world. It feels overwhelming maybe, and it's just the idea is, if somebody in that period, like I really had yesterday, I don't know, something happened and I had a breakdown, and I felt like, I don't know, they decided we have financial problems. Peter is telling me it's not true, but something, some seeds, right? And I was crying and I'm like, everything is bad. And if you tell me during that period, Maria, how about personal responsibility? I'm like, I cannot even take care of myself. What are you talking about? So I wanted to ask you, like, how to deal in those moments when you feel small, weak, and not super capable. When you're powerful, that's okay, I understand. But when you are not in that kind of state, what to do, how to think about that? What do you do? What helps you?
Well, when my son born, after I had the postpartum depression, and
What is this?
well, basically your hormones and your entire chemicals in your body go crazy, and you think that you are going crazy too. So that was very overwhelming because you need to take care of a baby, and also you need to function, and you need to work, and you need to be a person, right? And so what I did was trying to find the sparkles and build a very simple practice, very simple schedule that I could continue, and trying to find sparkles of happiness, and that it could keep me remembering the good deeds and the good things that is happening around me, so I can keep going. And also the other thing is just serve people, and then rejoice at night to keep the balance, the karma balance of trying to keep your going. And yeah, I think that's how I do it every day, actually. Like
Helped
when
you, right?
yeah, you just women's, and especially some men's too, but women's, we have so many roles. Like we need to fill so many roles in our life. Like we need to be teachers, students, daughters, friends, wives, mothers, and we need to be the best version of ourselves to everybody. But sometimes, as Maria said, that we are not in the best position, and we need to just find joy, rejoice, and keep going.
Right. How about compassion to yourself? I start to think about that topic a lot last weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Like we need to be, when we feel overwhelmed, and we need to have a space, just do it. Because the first thing that is misunderstanding about women is that we need to give everything, serve to everybody, do everything for everybody, and later we do it for ourselves. And that's not the way that it is.
Right. I
Because in
also
order,
think we often forget about ourselves, and then we are like,
yeah, we need to be compassionate with ourselves. We need to put ourselves first, because that's the only way that we will be able to serve the rest of the of everybody, the rest of the people. Yeah. So take shower first, and then take the baby.
Thank you, Alia. Arina, what's your experience on how to deal with personal responsibility when you overwhelmed and don't feel like that?
Well, I totally agree with Ali. And I think like what you both just said about compassion is very like, it speaks to me on many levels. Yeah, I've been trying to practice really, really hard for the last, let's say, 3 years. And then I got to the point where I couldn't. And I was like, I couldn't get up and do my meditation. I was just not, like, mentally not in the state to do that. And I was really blaming myself for not, practicing, for not taking the responsibility. And there are so many people suffering, but I myself could not. And I figured that blaming myself and sitting there and telling myself that I'm a bad person because I'm a bad Buddhist, it's actually making things worse. And then I cannot help people for sure. And so, yeah, that part where you decide to take care of yourself and be patient with yourself and compassionate in whatever form it comes. And sometimes all you can do is just stare at the ceiling and maybe think about one good you think you did for somebody. And maybe that's enough for the day. And so just being very, very honest with yourself and seeing how much you can actually do today. And I also think that it is a negative imprint. It is a negative seed when you just not take care of yourself, when you take care of everybody else, but you yourself are suffering, you haven't eaten the whole day, and you're like so focused on serving the world only that you forget that if you don't have this body and this mind, then you won't be able to save everybody. So that's a big part of my practice. And yeah.
It's so true. Also, when I have a tendency when I go into, okay, and then I have to take care of myself. Where is that line when it's not ego, like, because, okay, then I need a vacation in 5-star hotel, I need spa, and maybe I need a Prada bag and so on. And, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm already a little bit over, maybe it's too much, maybe it's already not like compassion to myself. Where is that line, and how to figure out where it is ego, and where it is really needed to take care of yourself? How do you have that problem? I don't know, maybe you don't have that.
All the
No,
time.
yeah, me too. And I think it's like driving, like you go to the one side a little bit and then you like, drive like to the other side just to balance yourself. And it's like, we have this expectation, I do, of ourselves. We're like, oh, we have to be like staying in the middle the whole time, but it's not possible. Like you have a car and you have like this extreme. So that's the whole point of the practice for me, where you like constantly have to check in with yourself and like balance. That's what I think. Ali, what do you think?
For me, it's a dance. We need to master how to dance, and sometimes we use different type of dances to manage our desires, our afflictions, our commitments, and yeah, so we just need to balance and dance the best way we can, so have everything on the place.
So true. And it's easy to say, but not always easy to do. I like Olga is writing in the chat, ask a teacher in your heart where is the boundary. I like that advice. Thank you, Olga. And by the way, it's a good, I think we can, in connection to that topic, talk about the second idea of Chod practice, which is emptiness of yourself. It's not easy topic. I mean, it's kind of why I'm empty, easy to say, but I personally think about that a lot last several months. And I understand it's a very deep subject. And what's your ideas? Like, how do we, what does it mean, and how do you relate it? How to use that emptiness of yourself? So what does it mean and how to use it?
For me, I just remember one story. When I explained the emptiness of my dad to my dad, like I blew his mind, but that understanding helped me to think more clearly. So just think that I was telling my dad, I have two brothers, so I was telling my dad that he's one person, but he's four persons at the same time, because he has his own emptiness, and then the other three people, like me and my two brothers. And he was like, what? And I was like, so if one of my brothers is get mad at you for one thing that you say, but the other brother is just like comfortable of what you are saying, and I am super cheerful of what you are saying, is like, what is the truth? And he was like, I don't know. It's like, for everybody it's the truth, like, because everybody has the different way to perceive one person, even yourself. So using that logic with my dad, when I think about my own emptiness, when I am with my kid, with Joaquin, it's very funny, because you can use that logic to create everything, and to plant what do you want to see and what do you want to hear, on what you can. Well, of course I can control what Joaquin hears from myself, but yeah, for me it's super fun, super excited to understand their own emptiness of each person, especially mine. And I don't try to not take anything personal the good things and the bad things, because I understand that that comes from what people perceive of myself, but not necessarily is truth.
That's cool, but how do you yourself think, okay, I'm empty, but I see myself in a certain way? Like, I mean, I can maybe understand that other people might see something else, but I'm used to seeing myself in one way. How do I use that? Okay, I'm empty. What does it mean? How do I use it?
With logic.
What do you mean? Explain. How do you personally use it?
Like that, like I don't take anything as a truth or false, because
Oh, if somebody says, Ali, you are stupid, you are just like, no? Or what?
yes, it's like, for me, it's like, okay, but that's the way that they see me, but
Really? And you're never getting upset?
I try to not get upset, but I don't believe that like, if somebody said to me, I am stupid, or I am super beautiful, or I am super powerful, or successful, or miserable, I understand that I am not that.
Why? I think you are very super beautiful and super powerful.
Because it's the perception of you, what you are seeing from me.
Well, but good things you can say, yes, I am that, no?
Yes, but the bad things too, but I don't take it, like, it's just like, I use the emptiness just as a conduct, just as a, okay, good.
Can you actually use emptiness of yourself to change your own view about yourself, and how to do that?
With seeds,
Well,
guess.
how?
With planning what you want.
So are you saying you can change yourself the same way as you kind of changing other people for steps?
No, not other people, myself.
How do I do it? Let's say I want to have, I want to see myself not being worried about money. How do I plan that? So I see myself in a different way.
Seeing yourself generous.
I am seeing myself generous, really, but I don't see myself, but I see myself worrying about money also.
I'm working with one of
By the
my,
way, it's not just example, it's my real problem.
I am working with my karmic financial freedom partner, and that's one of her things that she's worried about. Well, all of us, we are worried about money and how we can change it. And I learned in this system that we can change everything through seeds. And I truly, 4 steps. And to see yourself as not worry about all the time about money, is you need to be generous, you need to give money, and then you need to rejoice. That's the most
good idea.
You need to rejoice. But I don't know, I truly believe that we can change everything, even ourselves. As I mentioned in minutes ago, I was a terrible, mad person.
Right.
I was
And you
mad
changed.
I was mad all the time, like literally mad all the time. And I have terrible gastric disease because I was mad all the time. So I have a lot of acid, right? So now I'm not mad all the time. And I changed through wisdom and through seeds and through understand that the emptiness of myself, trying to understand the emptiness of myself. But I'm not sure if I'm correct or not, but
I like your example. You give hope. You give hope to me. Thank you. Arina, what about you and your emptiness? Are you friends?
What about it?
Yeah.
I think it's like, I was enjoying the conversation you guys had, because what if somebody says you're stupid? Well, I just think it's their seeds. But what if you yourself say to yourself, you're stupid? What do you do then?
Yeah.
Well, it's just my seeds. And I think it's a good debate that you can have in your own mind. So like, oh, you think I'm stupid. So I wonder why I have to see that. Like, wonder why I have to see that. Like, why do I have the seeds to see myself like this? And am I actually stupid? Or like, what makes me stupid? Where does it come from? And is it true that I'm just constantly stupid and I can't make any good decisions? And then it will never change. I might as well just give up on myself and just sit there and be stupid forever. And it's like I have this debate a lot, and it's like, and it's such ignorance to think that about yourself.
And still we do have those moments.
When you have this like, oh, that was such a stupid thing to say or to do, I'm like just so like, ugh, I'm terrible. And then you're like, oh, really? Am I like that? So at what moment am I like that? Am I like that in the beginning of the moment or the end of the moment? And you try to find, where does my stupidity start and where does it end? And you can't find the moment. And then you're like, oh, then it's just a seed arising. Then it's not like, oh, okay, then I'm good. Then I can just keep going, keep planting seeds. And this is what this practice is for me, although I'm not very familiar with it, but I think it's trying to find where you grasp to this idea of how I am. And I just said this to somebody yesterday, actually, like, I'm just like that. I'm just shy like that. And I'm like, I'm hearing this, like I hear myself saying these words. I'm like, what does that mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's very interesting. Like, and I think it's a very good idea to meditate on it. Like, what am I? How am I like, where is that me that I think is unchangeable, or like whatever it is for you, if you think you're lazy or I don't know, like shy or any, like, can meditate on this. And I think it's very powerful. But I really want to know what Maria thinks about it, because I think, and I feel like she has a lot of experience with it. What do you do, and how do you like, how do you like interpret this? What is it, the emptiness of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are many aspects of it we can talk about. The first thing that comes to my mind, and I'll share, but you tell me if I'm doing correct, okay? And what do you think about it? Like, for example, and it's all about what is emptiness of yourself, right? You yourself is not fixed. The way you perceive yourself is coming from seeds. It's constantly changing. And still we are used to think about ourselves in a fixed way. I'm used to, my name is Maria, I'm a woman. Today is my woman's day. I'm definitely not a man. And I don't see how I'm changing like every second. I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, I have certain problems in my life. Whatever, I'm used to seeing my body in a certain way, and I hear certain thoughts in my mind. And my question is like, can I really change that? Can I radically change? Not just perception of myself, I would say even myself. That's what I'm really interested in. And when I say radically change it, I mean, I don't want to see the flesh and blood. And I went to doctor today in the morning to do the year check. So they will check my blood pressure, EKG, I don't know how you call it, the heartbeat, all these kind of things. And I was sitting in the doctor's cabinet room, and I'm like, yep, that's body. You need to check it every year. I want to have a different body. I want to have a body of light. I want to have a mind that is never upset, not about money, not about people around, not about work, but I want to have a happy mind all the time. I don't know, I want to live in a different world also. I want all people around also be totally happy and have body of light. And so now how that's how I'm thinking. And when I understand that I am empty, I'm coming from my own seeds, it kind of proves that I can change everything. So what I'm doing, and I'm curious what you think about it, Arina and Ali and all you dear listeners. I have a secret practice, my own secret practice. So when I wake up in the morning, my first thought, I really got used to it. It's a certain habit. It was not easy, but I wake up in the morning and first thing I like to think about, oh, I am already perfect angel. I'm already perfect being. And today I'm going to behave and think and do things like I'm an angel. Maybe I don't really see it yet, but I'm kind of trying to force myself to think that I'm already angelic. I'll do angelic things. And I think it might plant seeds in my mind for that. But what do you think? Or maybe it's just a positive thinking and it's a stupid idea. What do you think about it?
Ali, I want to know what you think first.
Yes, you are planting the seeds to become that person or that body of light. I think it's great that what you are doing. Also, we can use it if you are not familiar with this practice, you can use it for anything, to find love, to find whatever you want to become that person. If you have low autoesteem, and you can think like that, you can redesign your mind to think that you are happy and you have everything that you need, and then you can plant the seeds. You are planting the seeds in your mind to become that, whatever is is your goal, to be in love. Or one story, when I was living at Diamond Mountain, I was mostly the only person at Diamond Mountain who was singing out loud all the time in Spanish, romantic songs, right? And it was crazy because it was only 5 people living there, and I was one of them, and I was single at that time. And one of my friends asked me, like, why you are singing like with so love and so emotion? And I was like, because I know I will be in love one day, and this is the way that I want to feel when I am in love, and
Wow.
when I have a partner, right? So I was planting the seeds to have that feeling, and it happened, and then I got married. But yeah, I think you can plant the seeds to become whatever you want to, first with your mind, and then with your voice, with your mouth, and then with your body, and that's how you can change the world.
That's so beautiful, Lala. Thank you so much. I love your stories, by the way. Arina, but the main question is, where is the difference between just positive thinking, oh, I'm already rich, I'm the most beautiful, I'm the richest, and really planting seeds? Like, where is that difference?
That's a deep question. I don't know if I have the answer, but
just any thoughts?
I think the act of trying and doing everything you can to get there as fast as you can in order to help other people, if you have that motivation, I think it's what plants this like very powerful seeds. And the difference between positive thinking is when you don't believe that, I would say. So
Believe what?
well, when you don't believe that you are, what was your thing, that like the generous, or what is that that you're trying
I want
to
to be an angel, not just
angel?
generous.
Okay, sorry. Yes. So when you pretending to be, but you are not,
Mhm.
well, I guess when you don't think it's possible, I think that would be one thing for me.
Why would you then be pretending if you don't believe it's
Well,
possible?
the positive thinking, you know, if we're just saying, oh yeah, I'm like that. And it's like, it has to do, like, it's very tricky to me. Like, I don't fully understand this, but I think it's like, it has to, there's a very like fine line, right? Like, how do you know if you're just lying to yourself and to everybody
Exactly.
else, and you're just running around and like basically lying to people, or when you know what you see right now, like you see this hand, but you also like go back to that, the emptiness, like, so where does the hand come from, right? So is it really this way? Maybe there are other beings that see me like as an angel already.
Right.
And what if I just tried really hard and just acted that way? So what if I just like how would I act if I was that already?
Mm.
And I think that with the motivation of helping others, I think that can be very powerful. And like, if you want to plant those seeds.
And understanding emptiness of yourself, right? You understand that it's possible. Positive thinking, you don't know, right? Like maybe it works, maybe not. I don't know. Like maybe I mean, you don't even think if you're changing or unchanging.
Yeah, I think Anjali is saying really, like, I love what she's saying, because thinking about Gakcha, especially the emptiness of self, is a very powerful seed and considered one of the most powerful meditations, because this is what we come to understand directly when we see emptiness directly.
So true, Anjali. Thank you. Wow, I love this. Turned out to be very deep conversation. Actually, I didn't even think about it. I thought we would be just three girls, la la la. But thank you so much. We have like 4 minutes, and just to finish this beautiful conversation, and thank you for coming and sharing your experience. What would be your advice for women who are practicing like personal and spiritual development, women to women? What would be your advice?
For me, what I try to do is to bring the spirituality, the practice to everything. When I am washing the dishes, when I am changing a diaper, when I am working, I'm actually thinking, reviewing what I'm studying, and just trying to put it practice everywhere. And every single action in your day, you can practice spirituality, how you respond, how you behave, how you think when you are mopping, how you think when you are washing dishes, when you are preparing a meal, when you are giving a class, preparing for a class. What is your thinking? And that's how you can practice spirituality. And it becomes very fun and very simple, because you can play, you can use what you have around to practice, not necessarily to have sitting in an altar or doing yoga or reciting mantras. This means that you are practicing spirituality, is what you are doing in the world, how you practice spirituality.
I love it. Thank you, Ali. Irina?
To me, it's just being joyful. I am trying to, if you do all these good things, but you're grumpy and you're forcing yourself and you're just mean all the time because you're just tired and exhausted, then it doesn't work. To me, doing one kind thing to another person or even to yourself while you're joyful and happy and you're celebrating this moment of you planting the seed as if it's International Women's Day. I think that's what I'm trying to do with my practice, just being very, very happy, about helping people, and just seeing that what you do, like how it will affect people, and trying to see yourself as higher version of self, and acting from that. So I love what you said, Maria, about it. So I'm gonna work on that as well. What do you think? What's your take on this?
Thank you. I love it. Joy and practice in everything you do. Recently I read in a book which is about Mahasiddhas. There is I was looking stories about women, and I found one, and really there is a real story about one lady who lived 1,000 years ago, who was a wife, a housewife, and she had two beautiful children. She grew them beautifully. So she's a mother, she's a wife, and she reached enlightenment. She reached the highest spiritual goal. She just did what Ali said. You can be a housewife and practice every day. It's not that you have to be a teacher on stage to reach your spiritual goals. You can really quietly practice. She was doing that for like 13 years. And then one day she's like, boom, she saw emptiness directly and then flew to her paradise. I was like, wow, that's inspiring. So I wish every woman a beautiful, actually, okay, not only women, all men and women, let's be equal. I wish everyone to practice every day in everything you do and do it with joy, as Arina said. And I think we can do it, we can reach it because we have beautiful teachers around us and beautiful people around us, like-minded people. We have everything. Let's just do it. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Alia. Thank you, Arina. Hope to see you again.
So much. I have
Thank
a
you for the
very,
invitation.
very quick announcement while I have some people here. If any of you would like to come and talk about practices or texts or do what we just did today, so become one of the panelists, please come to reading clubs. So we don't have anything where you can apply for this, but we do want you to come, and if you're interested in becoming a panelist, just show your face, say hi, and we will see you. So if you're interested in supporting Democratic Classics, you can check out this page and maybe donate. And this is the project where we have translators that are translating these books and text that we then get to discuss. So please consider supporting Mixed Nuts Democratic Classics and come to reading clubs. Thank you so much.